in Nevada, which is one of the battleground states that will decide who lives in the White House. CBS News contributor and Republican strategist Frank Luntz invited 26 undecided registered voters from Nevada to take part in a focus group. 5 of them said they leaned toward Hillary Clinton. 5 others leaned toward Donald Trump. 15 of them had no preference before the debate, and 1 refuses to support either candidate. They all watched the final debate and then talked about it.
I want you to yell out for the people at home, which candidate's performance tonight had the biggest impact on your vote? 3, 2, 1. Hillary. And it was a tie. And that was different than the other debates that we had. But I want to illustrate this. I want a word or phrase to describe Donald Trump's performance tonight.
Struggled.
Blowhard.
Inadequate.
Passionate.
I want to flip it. Word or phrase to describe Hillary Clinton tonight.
Presidential.
Competent.
Snooze fest.
Criminal actress.
More believable.
Politician.
Did he say criminal? Frank Luntz is with us. So did this debate help decide for any of them how they'll vote?
I don't think there's going to be much change in the polling based on what we saw here. Those who were leaning towards Trump or considering him moved in that direction. The same thing with Hillary Clinton. They've seen it all. They've heard it all. And they don't like either candidate. I mean, that's the key component of these uncommitted voters, that they simply don't like either candidate and they're forced to choose the lesser of two evils.
It's like you're voting against something as opposed to for it.
Exactly.
Now, you did a dial test last night. I want to explain to you how it works before we show it to you. The red lines will represent the voters leaning towards Donald Trump. Clinton-leaning voters are in the green lines, and yellow is for the undecided. So the way it works is the higher the number, the more they like the candidate's answers. And this is where Hillary Clinton responded to Trump's claim of a rigged election.
That is not the way our democracy works. We've been around for 240 years. We've had free and fair elections. We've accepted the outcomes when we may not have liked them. And that is what must be expected of anyone standing on a debate stage during a general election. You know, President Obama said the other day...
So, translation, please?
It worked for everybody. The public doesn't want a sore loser.
Yeah.
This is one of the dumbest things, quite frankly,
Meaning
that
Hillary
Donald Trump has
Clinton's
said.
answer worked for everybody.
Hillary Clinton said what Americans were thinking at that moment. Why is Donald Trump not committing to whatever the final results are? They may be upset with what the candidates say. They may not necessarily agree with them. But when the election's over, it's over.
Yeah.
In the next clip, Donald Trump attacks Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State. Let's watch.
The problem is you talk, but you don't get anything done, Hillary. You don't. Just like when you ran the State Department, $6 billion was missing. How do you miss $6 billion? You ran the State Department. $6 billion was either stolen, they don't know. It's gone. $6 billion. If you become president, this country is going to be in some mess, believe me.
Well, first of all...
We have a fact check on CBSNews.com about that particular charge. But how did the voters react?
It's accountability. It's the #1 attribute they want in their elected officials. They feel it doesn't exist. Every time that one of them tries to hold the other accountable, it's successful, and that was one of Donald Trump's best moments of the debate.
Mm-hmm. The issue of gun control also came up last night. We did a dial test on that one, too.
I think we need comprehensive background checks, need to close the online loophole, close the gun show loophole. There's other matters that I think are sensible, that are the kind of reforms that would make a difference, that are not in any way conflicting with the Second Amendment. You mentioned the Heller decision.
Did that work for her?
It worked for her, the whole social issue opening. She was crushing him in the first 10 or 15 minutes on abortion, on guns, because they found her positions to be more centrist and more common sense, and they thought that his were more ideological and out of touch.
We really did talk a lot about substance last night. I mean, it was much deeper than we've heard in the past. Immigration, let's watch that clip.
We need strong borders. We need we cannot give amnesty. Now, I want to build the wall. We need the wall. The Border Patrol, ICE, they all want the wall. We stop the drugs. We shore up the border. One of my first acts will be to get...
Okay, clearly he did well, but what about when he used the phrase bad hombres? We've got to get the bad hombres out. That was trending within minutes.
I was just going to say that was trending. People did not like that. Many people were offended by that.
And the interesting thing is that when he talks about a wall, it always comes down just a little bit. But when he talks about protecting America, fighting for America, and that was one of the key components for both candidates. If people saw them as fighting for the middle class, and they used that term specifically, then they were dialing them up. If they felt that this was either about politics or about personality, they dialed them down.
You know, in most of the polls that we've been taking overnight, Hillary Clinton was a winner, but in your group, Donald Trump was a winner. What did your group see that other people didn't, do you think?
It was a tie. I mean, it's and even those polls, it's only been a 6, 8, 10-point difference. It was really close. The
CBS poll is 10 points and CNN is 13 points.
Those who thought Clinton won saw her as being presidential. Those who saw Donald Trump won saw him as bringing about change.
Thank you, Frank.
Thanks.
Always good to see you.